Hello and a huge welcome. Today I want to talk about the wildest secret behind Quantum Leap that nobody really talks about. So, when it comes to success or growing your business or attracting the money that we really want to attract, a lot of times people are asking the question, how? So, I was chasing the how for 2 years. I tried one strategy and then I saw on Facebook somebody was talking about this is the only way to grow your business, and I tried that strategy and I tried the third one, and then somebody was like, none of these things work, you should try this, and I tried that. And it feels like we're stuck in these strategy chasing game. Or sometimes it's like, do this or use this manifestation tool or try that, or you have to say it this way, or this thing is selling, or this thing is working, or if you want to attract money, this is the way. It's like there are so many hows, but the real how is inside of you. But you might have heard that when I say inside of you, it's about how you see yourself and all of those things, or what are your subconscious programming. But I want to go way deeper than that. I want to have a really deep conversation with you today. So when I'm having this conversation, I want you to assume that I'm sitting right across you in your living room and we are having a heart-to-heart conversation, okay? And the answer to the real success, the wild success, the magic money, where there is no limit, like Napoleon talks about, when you really crack that place of having a lot of money, and when money starts flowing in, you're like, it comes in such increased quantities that you're wondering, where was it all this time, right? So that kind of money where it's illogical, where it's like you stop counting numbers. So I remember experiencing that kind of money, like, for the first time, before it was normal and usual. And I remember, like, I used to think, oh, I will have this much money and I'll have that money and I'll have that. But when it actually happened and when I tapped into that, I felt like this money is like a phone number, like it's unreal. It's like, it's crazy how it's working. But that kind of money doesn't come from any strategy or any secret answer. That kind of money comes from who you are being. And when I say who you're being, I'm going way beyond the subconscious mind and subconscious program. I'm talking about your magnetism, your aura, your vibe, your personality, like your energy. Like, it's like when you enter the room and use your magnetic field, like one scientists talk about toroidal field, right? That's like your magnetic field. Is it screaming way louder than even when you open your mouth? Like, we have got this intuitive faculty where we can pick up people's energy. So even if you go on somebody's profile, or you're talking to somebody, or somebody enters the room, before they say anything, you can pick up their aura. Like, every single being, right there, that is their energetic field. The rays that are coming out of them are communicating to your intuitive faculty what they're like, what do they believe about themselves, what is their self-concept, what is their identity, what is their confidence, what is their conviction. That's why sometimes when we get in the room and we're like, you know what, I feel something is not right. When somebody hasn't said that, how can we feel that? When you listen to somebody, you're like, I think there's something off. Or when you see somebody's post, it's well written and you just love it. And when you see, but you find like there is something not there. Or when you're listening to somebody else and there's nothing special about what they're saying, but the way they're saying it and the way their magnetism is and the way their personality is, it's just something else. Like, you can't put your finger on that. So let's take an example. I really want to take a powerful example to establish what I'm saying and to really land it for you. Let's take an example of Oprah Winfrey, okay? I don't know if you're a big fan of Oprah Winfrey right now or not, but I'm hoping that you know her. So I'm going to take her example. You can even replace it with somebody you absolutely love and somebody you find absolutely magnetic and you follow. But I'm taking an example of Oprah Winfrey, right? So imagine Oprah Winfrey deciding that I want to do a webinar. I want to do a masterclass about something. Now, it doesn't matter people are saying master classes are dead or not, if Oprah Winfrey does it, they're not dead. If Oprah Winfrey does it, the world is gonna listen. If Oprah Winfrey does it, she will stop people in their tracks, right? Now, one person might argue that, oh, she has got a lot of following, so of course people are going to listen. But assume nobody knows Oprah Winfrey, but she's still that person that she's today. Okay, so her personality is still the same, and she decides to do a webinar, or she decides to do a masterclass, so she decides to do an episode of something, and nobody knows her. But when somebody lands on it, like somebody sees it, what would they feel like? Who is this lady? Whoa. Oh, I really like her. Like, where is her other stuff? I want to see it. She really resonates with me, right? Now, why is it? Is it because what she's doing is the greatest strategy? Or is it because who she is, right? So is it because that she is, she's just incredible and whatever she does? So let's say instead she decides, you know what? I don't feel good about doing webinar. Instead, I want to do just discovery calls, and I want to interview people to see if they're a good fit for my program. So she invites people for discovery call, and she starts asking them question, like she asked in the Soul, I think what's it called, Soul program. So she asked them question, and the people are like, I want to work with her. Like, she's so good. Like she really gets me. Like, I really love her energy. Now, is it because doing discovery calls is better than doing webinar, or is it because who she is? You see my point? Like, let's say she says, instead of that, I want to write a book and I want to give it as a free thing to people as my lead magnet. Now, the book she's going to write is going to be a masterpiece. Why? Because of who she is. So it's not the strategy, it's who you are. And this applies across the board in every business. It's not just coaching. It's about who you are that does it. It's what is it, your identity. And then it's not just about choosing the right beliefs and then just saying everything is easy and universe has my back. It's more about embodying that, becoming that person every single day. You grow into that person. So I was having this conversation with one of my friends, and I was saying to her that you cannot just say, I want to be that person tomorrow, and you beat yourself up to that. You grow and evolve in that person every day. And the thing that really excites me is that as we grow older, and people think that old age is a liability, it's so hard, I'm really scaring being older and seeing wrinkles on my face. But what if you start to really celebrate that I am becoming my most evolved version? I have spent the maximum time I've spent on this planet that I've ever have, right? So this far, I have been the more wise that I've ever been. So what if we start to see every day and approach every day as I'm being the best of me? What is the best of me? I'm being who I really am. And I'm untethering myself from I should do this. This is the best strategy. This is the best way. This is how we should do that. So I see this so many times, like, people are so worried about getting clients, like, use this social media tool, use this logarithm, I'm doing this, and this is changing that, and this is changing that. But instead of that, if we become the greatest version of us, because let's think of this way, so many people are worried about getting followers and getting clients. Get that energy is, I need to get it, right? It's not the being energy. And I'm not saying you don't need to take action. You absolutely need to take action. But the feminine being energy, which is irrespective of the gender you're in, it applies to both the genders, is the least utilized. So let's say that instead of like getting it, you start to say to yourself, I want to be the best of me, and I want to show up as the best of me. And then whatever I do is going to work. So often I see on social media is like, we are not ready to try the best of us, but what you want to do is you want to constantly get. So people are sending cold DMs, people are reaching out, people are like saying, if I send more DMs, I'll have more clients. It's a constant like get. And then what we see in the world is mediocrity, because everybody's willing in getting, everybody's rushing to get, but there's nobody willing to be. But the real thing is being. The more you be, the more your energetic match changes. Imagine, like, if I send 1 million people to your social media right now, like, would they really fall in love with it, or would they think, that let's just scroll up? So it's not about getting, it's about being. right? And when you be it, you trust the law of attraction that you will attract your match. So what often we try to do is we try to make sure that the attraction is working, which is a universal law, which is like gravity. It has been working for billions and billions and billions of years, even before we came on this planet. So attraction is working perfectly, and you attract your match every single minute, and it's not delayed. Like gravity is working for billions of years, and the way this planet is revolving around the sun right now forever, the way it can do so precisely is because the gravity is working precisely. There is no delay, right? But when we try to take over the universe part in the co-creation and not do our part, which is being, and then showing up from that place. So once you tap into unleashing yourself, being who you really are, finding your magic, finding your zone of genius, finding the place which is fun, which is joyful, which lights you up. It's so effortless, but you are damn good at that because it's so easy for you. It's who you are. You start to tap into this magic where everything starts to work illogically. And you often wonder, like, whoa, not too long ago, I was doing the same thing, but it was so hard. But the key is you tapped into this place of unimaginable flow. You tap into that place where is no limit. And what that demands is really unleashing yourself, getting to know yourself. What lights you up? How would you show up and to your business, to your work, if success was guaranteed? What gives you the most joy? What is the wild and crazy side of you? What makes you true who you really are? What is that place where it's just so easy, it's so powerful, it's so good, it's just so effortless, it's natural. I'm just being myself. I'm hilarious because this is now I'm showing up as I am this person, and I'm just embodying all of me. And when you start to not use the textbook and the text boxes and start to like tick the box, but instead become the whole freaking box where like, this lights me up, I'm gonna freaking do that. I just don't care anymore. This is the place where you tap into that magic. So a lot of times when we have contrast in our life is really to prepare us to get to that place where you just don't care. You don't care about following the rule. There is no rule. You are the whole freaking rule. So the real secret to quantum leap is finding yourself and then learning how to tap into that self every single day with the trust that the highest vibrational match that you can attract is by being you, because that is the most effortless. That's who you really are. Then you don't create anymore. You're just being you. So the real entrepreneurship, it's really about being who you are, and the more you be you and the more you live your life in alignment with who you really are, the more money comes, the more success comes, the more magic comes. So in this time and age, and this is the timeless strategy, if you want to really tap into that and you're sick and tired of the struggle, ask yourself, who am I? What lights me up? If I could do anything, what is the most crazy thing I'll do? And go and do that. And you see the magic unfolding.